Hi, how are you doing? This is Pastor Cheryl. We are still in Holy Week, so I thought I'd give you a few more of these little videos. They're called homilies because they're approximately 10 minutes long, and it was kind of a Roman Catholic thing, but we're not Catholic. No, we're not Roman Catholic. We're Ecumenical Fellowship Church. We believe in being all inclusive to all the Christian churches. So we have people in our church as a house church. We have people in the group that are from all different faiths, and it changes because we've been going on for about 30 years. So it changes from being uh from the people being Protestant, Baptist, Catholic, Episcopalian, Presbyterian, Lutheran, everything. We have everything in our group. We've tried including people from other faiths. Um, like there was a fellow that had a mental illness, and he was Buddhist. And we tried, you know, um, we housed him for a while. He was homeless, and he had behavior issues, and so he did not blend. We tried. Okay. But we are ecumenical and we it's kind of like being like a military chaplain. You with the military chaplains, I think believe it, they got Protestant, Catholic, and Jewish. Okay. They have this wide range. And so we're trying to include at least the Christian end of it. Um well, I decided to read um the continuation of the story of the Easter story in John. It'd be John 20, starting with verse 11, Mary Magdalene. Um, but Mary stood outside the tomb, crying. As she was crying, she stooped to look in the tomb. She saw two angels in white sitting where Jesus' body had been, lying at the head and the other at the feet. They said to her, "Woman, why are you crying?" "Because they've taken away my Lord," she said to them, "and I don't know where they've put him." Having said this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing there, but did not know it was Jesus. "Woman," Jesus said to her, "why are you crying? Who is it that you're seeking?" Supposing that he was the gardener, she replied, "Sir, if you carried him away, tell him where you've put him, and I will take him away." Jesus said to her, "Mary." Turning around, she said to him in Aramaic, "Rabboni," which means teacher. "Don't cling to me," told her, "since I have not ascended to the Father, but go to my brothers and tell them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God." Mary Magdalene went and announced to the disciples, "I have seen the Lord." And she told them what he had said to her. Now you have to remember all that, transpired that week. They captured Jesus, tortured him, whipped him, killed him. And the disciples, including Mary, she was a disciple too. They don't call her that. That's because she's a woman, right? But anyway, you have to think about all that she went through watching her hero and her teacher be killed for something that he believed in, his teachings of kindness and love. And so she watched all this transpire, and it was very emotional. It's draining, emotionally draining. And then all of a sudden, he's alive. And this is another emotional thing. This is another thing that's rather surprising. But today, doctors revive people in the hospital. CPR. I had to learn CPR when I worked for the YMCA right after seminary. I worked for the Y, and we had this plastic dummy, this plastic person, and we had to learn how to blow into their mouth and to compress the chest and whatever. And so, but this did not happen here. Jesus came back on his own, and after 3 days, like he said he was going to, it was 3 days and 3 nights. After that time, rigor mortis sets in. Now, that's another interesting point. The Shroud of Turin has been analyzed, and it is of a man that's in rigor mortis. Jesus he wasn't dead that long. He also was, his family did not have time to prepare for this. He was a young man. They didn't have time to prepare for his death. So they wrapped him in strips of linen and a napkin over his face and just strips. So I'm not convinced that that shroud is real. It's real, but it wasn't Christ. It was some Mediterranean man. And the dates are wrong. And so I'm reading all this stuff on the shroud, and they think it was this other person was killed a couple hundred years after Christ. So I'm reading all of this. We don't know. Okay, it's the unknown factor. And people that have seen Christ are doing sketches of him, and he's a lot more filled out. He's not so skinny. And still looking, very Mediterranean, beard, long hair. It could be or it might not be. But the people that have seen him say that he's more filled out than what they're coming up with now with AI and lasers, technology and whatever, examining the shroud. It's just like a picture. The shroud is like a picture of him. So maybe he was in just horrible condition and lost a lot of weight, and but he looks very thin. Parts of the beard are missing. Jesus had blue eyes. Yes, Jewish people do have that in their genetic structure. They do have blue eyes, and they're still analyzing to find out. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? They're going to try to create or recreate him just to see what he looked like, right? Let's see. Let's see what they do. Anyway, the rapture is soon happening. It's soon around the corner. So get ready for that. Tell everyone you know. They will believe because you believe. And if you come up and show them in the Bible, this is going to happen. This is where the scripture is. And they're already a Christian, they're going to say, oh, I didn't know that was in there. Get them ready. Get everybody ready. And that's an important thing to do. We are really responsible for one another. I've been buying a lot of Bibles for friends and relatives. Because if I end up in heaven and someone is missing, like out of my family, I'll just feel responsible. I'll feel bad. So I'm giving them Bibles ahead of time. Amazon. You can get a paperback Bible for like $5. Whole thing. Send it to them. Easy to do. Easy. Then drop them a line. I'm sending you a gift I'm sending you a gift in the mail. Look for it. Happy Easter. And so we are getting ready with our group to have Easter, be a dinner, and hopefully an outdoor worship in our meditation garden. And so, anyway, keep my little group in prayer. We're still getting bothered by the crazy man that owns the vacant house across the street. He comes out and accosts people. He's just, you know, and we've talked to the police about him before. But anyway, keep us in prayer, and may God bless you till the next time I make one of these videos, like tomorrow or the next day. I'll see you. Bye bye.